We trust our front doors. We trust the little electronic sentinels we mount on them to show us who's there, to give us a sense of control, a sense of safety. But sometimes the camera doesn't just capture a visitor. Sometimes it captures a waiting silence. And in the case of one family in Salinas, California, it captured something deeply, unnervingly intimate. It was January 2019. The Dungan family was out of town, but their children were home. The house was quiet, and like so many of us, they relied on their Ring doorbell to keep a digital eye on things. The system was programmed to send an alert for any motion, and on this particular Saturday morning, just after 2 a.m., it triggered. Now, imagine getting that alert on your phone. You're miles away. Your first thought is probably, oh, a cat or a raccoon. You tap the notification, expecting a blur of fur. But what you see is a man, standing silently on your porch, staring into the lens. Therefore, your heart drops. This isn't an animal. This is a person, in the dead of night, where they shouldn't be. And this is where the story shifts from a simple trespassing to something that feels ritualistic, something that defies any rational explanation. This is the crucial moment, the moment the family saw, and the moment that would be burned into their memories forever. Let's zoom in. Let's put ourselves right there. I'm looking at a live feed on my phone screen. It's a pixelated view of my own front porch 3 hours away from where I'm standing. I pinch the screen to zoom in. The man's face comes into clearer view. He's not moving. He's just staring. My mind is racing. Is he looking for a package? Is he trying to see if anyone's home? Why isn't he leaving? My knuckles are white from gripping the phone. I can feel my own pulse thumping in my neck. And then he leans in. A long, slow, deliberate lick across the doorbell button, the very button my children press to come inside after school. And he doesn't do it just once. The footage shows he stayed there for 3 hours, licking the doorbell, pacing, and at one point relieving himself in the front yard. He was marking the territory, making it his own in the most primal, violating way possible. The family, understandably horrified, called the Salinas police. And thanks to the crystal clear video, they identified the man almost immediately. 33-year-old Roberto Daniel Arroyo. He was a known individual to them. He was eventually arrested and charged with prowling, petty theft for stealing some extension cords, and violating his probation. In the aftermath, the family spoke to the press. The father, trying to process it all, said they found it creepy, but could also somehow kind of laugh it off afterward because technically he didn't break anything. But that sentiment always comes with this huge unspoken but. The first thing they did, they went outside and thoroughly disinfected that doorbell. And this is the point where I have to pause and ask you guys, what would you be thinking right now? That contradiction is so human, right? The need to laugh it off to cope while simultaneously being utterly violated. What would your first reaction be if you saw this on your own camera? Let me know in the comments, because the psychological strangeness of this is what sticks with you long after the event is over. The police did their job. The man was caught. The story had a resolution. Therefore, we can file it away as another bizarre news story. But the question remains, why? What compels a person to do this? It wasn't a robbery gone wrong. It wasn't a quick drunken mistake. It was a 3-hour vigil, a silent, intimate communion with a stranger's home, a gesture that serves no logical purpose, which makes it all the more terrifying. It's a reminder that the unknown isn't always a ghost or a creature from folklore. Sometimes the unknown is a man on your porch, in the quietest hours of the night, performing a small, senseless act that changes how you see the one place you're supposed to feel safest. If you've ever caught something unexplained or deeply unsettling on your own security camera, my submission box is always open. Your story could be our next journey into the unknown. Subscribe and hit the bell for more tales from the edge of explanation. Until next time, stay curious, but be safe.